My name is Andrea and I'm going to take you back to Burberry history. Founded in 1856, Burberry is a global luxury brand with a distinctive British identity. Over the decades, the brand has built a reputation for craftsmanship, innovation and design. In 1856, the brand was founded by Thomas Burberry, a famous draper apprentice who opened his own store in Basingstoke. In 1891, the company opened its first London store. The brand started by producing high-quality outerwear for the British military. During World War I, the Burberry launched the first trench coat originally designed for officers. Since the invention of gabardine by Thomas Burberry more than 150 years ago, outerwear including the iconic Burberry trench coat has been at the core of the business and remains so today. Today, the house is internationally recognized as a luxury brand that distributes women's wear, menswear, accessories, shoes and bags, children's warehouse and home goods, fragrance and beauty worldwide. Queen Elizabeth II and the Prince of Wales have granted the company royal warrants. Recently, in 2014, Burberry was in the top 100 most valuable brands globally.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne, and now let's move to the brand identity. Thanks to the brand identity prism of Capfuro, we decompose the brand into 6 facets. First, the physique, representing the famous Burberry check and the logo. Then the personality that will be discussed later. The culture here represented by the strong British heritage. Then the self-image, visualized by a consumer as an elite and very successful brand. Then the reflection, which is prestigious and pioneering. And finally, the relationship, which represents the mode of conduct of the brand, here represented by trust, exclusivity and consistency. Now concerning the brand image, 200 years after its founding, Burberry is still characterized among consumers by its principle of quality, functionality and modern classic style rooted in its integrity of its outerwear. Now concerning the personality of Burberry, it keeps the same consistent traits for years. According to the Acker model, we define Burberry personality in 5 dimensions: sincerity, excitement, competence, sophistication and ruggedness. Accordingly, the personality traits of Burberry are reflected by sincerity and originality that refers to its original and ageless trench coats. It is also an exciting, unique and trendy brand. It's also successful and reliable, but it's also sophisticated since it represents upper class and feminism due to its luxury image. However, it is also rugged and masculine due to its initial military purpose of the trench coat and the solidity of the gabardine material. Finally, Burberry sets up recognizable and unique brand elements which have built its brand equity. So first, the brand name, which is Burberry. Secondly, the famous and unique Burberry check. Then the logo represented by the Prosum Knight. And finally, the particular font script of the brand name.
Hi everyone, my name is Johnny and now I'm going to talk about the brand positioning. And the first thing I want to mention is the target customer. Despite being designed for men, Burberry also has the female-dominated target audience. Since then, Burberry has changed its narrow target market to become the global luxury brands. They also wanted to target younger consumers to create a following and loyal base. Therefore, there are 2 aspects that Burberry is now targeting on. The first one is the younger millennial, which are almost likely around 25 years old and over, using Emma Watson's image as the representative. Besides that, Burberry also chose Romeo Beckham as the representative for the brand, as they also have their own children wear range. The second thing I want to mention here is the competitors for Burberry. Recently, there are 2 major competitors for Burberry among the global luxury brands. which are Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Gucci and Louis Vuitton are recorded as the most important brand value growth during the last 7 years. They are also the ambassadors for their own culture. For instance, Louis Vuitton is related to French, Gucci goes for Italy, and Burberry represents British culture. Both of them are among the most recognizable and wealthy brands in the world today.
Hello everyone. Today talking about the 3 levels of product for the Burberry. Their core product is Burberry's trench coat, which is best suited for the moderate temperature, typically best for rainy seasons as being water resistance. And actual product identity first designed by Thomas Burberry using gabardine fabric and was water resistant and usually knee length high and belted and lined with some wear material like wool. Good alternative to wool serge coat. And product image, the first image coming to customers' mind when they talk about Burberry is an iconic beige trench coat. Product personality, Burberry consistently engaged their trench coat with young customers who have young, cool and trendy personality traits. So, augmented product, offering many ways to the customer satisfied and informed about their inquiries all the time. General inquiries, 24/7 customer service with an option to locate the customer to the nearest store. We have telephone, emails and Twitter accounts as a channel of inquiries as well. And Burberry Bespoke Inquiries, here the customer service team is ready to help the gifting needs and persuading to the action using click to chat, call me back and speak to a customer service consultant. Shipping, the customers can track their order, shipping destination, costs and delivery items, shipping restrictions. They have some items that they cannot ship overseas, and also the shipping is done in more than 40 countries. And their in-store collections next day and collection on Saturday are free for UK residents, free shipping for all Burberry Bespoke products, returning your purchase, free returns available worldwide for all full-time price items within 30 days of shipping and 14 days of sale items. Burberry Bespoke personalized items, fragrances and nail polish are not possible to return. Return conditions, purchases must be returned from the original shipping country within the original return form. Need to be undamaged and tagged in as well. And receiving refunds, refund will be credited to the original purchaser's method of payment and will be processed in 7 to 10 working days. Cancelling your orders in certain circumstances, the order can be cancelled before it has been dispatched. Burberry Bespoke personalized items cannot be cancelled, and they have live chat and call me back services on their websites as well. And about the appointments, they also offering their customers tailoring services from hand to hand in finished suits in store by your personal tailor specialist within 1 week delivery. Thank you.
We are Mr. and Mrs. Smith. We are between 25 to 50. We belong to the upper class and have high spending levels. We are professional, fashion and labor conscious, and seeking for quality. We desire to stand out from others, to become unique with luxury style. We want to be effortlessly chic, to be distinguished while being relaxed. We want to feel right and comfortable in every environment we are in. It gives us unique style and personality.
Hello, my name is Quinn. I will take you through the brand portfolio. Burberry currently operates under 3 major sub-brands, each of which has a different target audience. Burberry Croissant, which accounts for 5% of the portfolio, is the most fashion-forward collection centered around runway shows, providing the design inspiration for the brand. Burberry London, which accounts for 45% of the portfolio, is the tailored collection for professionals on weekdays. The last sub-brand is Burberry Bridge, which contributes 50% of the portfolio, is the most casual collection typically worn on weekend. Along with that, Burberry also offers fusion brands which target differently in different countries. Thomas Burberry targets at the age group 15 to 25 years old. Thomas Burberry was initially sold exclusively in Spain and Portugal, but spread to the UK and Europe not so long later. Burberry Blue Label and Black Label are the other two diffusion lines that are sold exclusively in Japan. Blue Label is a casual collection for younger women, while the Black Label was for younger male professionals. Burberry experienced a good growth in the last financial year 2013 to 2014. Revenue rose up 17% from 2013 and reached £2,330 million. 70% of them is from retail operation, 27% of them is generated from wholesaling, and the rest 3% is from licensing activities.
Hello, I'm Waleed, and let's move on towards the brand strategy part. Now, Burberry generates a coherent brand identity, and all marketing activities are managed from London. And there are three core instruments are utilized in the Burberry communication model. That's advertising, fashion, and editorial placement. For advertising, Burberry advertising campaigns are focused upon the leading fashion and lifestyle publications, with a strong focus on the iconoclastic British image. For fashion, Burberry views fashion shows as an important element in their marketing plan, since these serve to underline the luxury status of the brand and reinforce the credibility of the brand and generate international press coverage. And for editorial placement, these are not used to only create the brand awareness, but also to establish and reinforce a luxury positioning. Now, Burberry has adopted a proactive public relations strategy, which is aimed at the fashion and trade press, which helps to maximize worldwide editorial coverage and comments which goes in support of the Burberry. Additionally, according to a study which has been done in favor for Burberry, it has been found that Burberry hugely relies on celebrity endorsement that help the brand win back over their competition. And one of the successful campaigns is My Burberry campaign that relies on the celebrity endorsements, and Kate Moss stated that matches with the statement made by CEO, in which Kate Moss stated that the Burberry trench coat is such a classic and I can hand it down to my daughter and our generations after that. It has this timelessness, which relates to the CEO comments that trench coat is ageless, timeless, seasonless, and in our mind, everyone in the world should have a trench coat, and there should be a trench coat for everyone in the world. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your gender. For the channel mix, Burberry sells its product to end consumer through both retail, including digital, and wholesale channel, and the largest revenue obtained is using the channel retail, wholesale, and licensing. The pricing, according to the book Luxury Fashion Branding Techniques and Tactics, it has been found that the luxury brand target audience is less price sensitive and actually expects luxury goods to be premium priced rather than economically priced. So it can be seen that in the pyramid that the Burberry has a range of product lines from kosher to accessories, and to maintain the luxury brand, Burberry classifies Prosom with the most premium prices and limited distribution, with contrast to other products who are classified as accessible prices with wider distributions that are Blue Label, Black Label, and Thomas Burberry. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Long. Now I will continue our presentation by discussing about the customer perception to Burberry brand. And in this part I will use a customer-based brand equity pyramids that are based on 5 criteria, and I will discuss on 2 groups. The first one from 20 to 39, the second one is from 40 to 59. And I will discuss the first age group. About the models, the first criteria is salience. Burberry has a high awareness as a luxury brand, but they are already well known in specific product categories such as the winter wear, casual wear, and leather wear, so they are assessed a moderate brand awareness. About the second criteria, performance. Burberry is known for reliability, durability, and stylish fashion products. Hence, people assess Burberry's value through majorly appreciate the classic bright style that Burberry brings to the wearers. The third criteria judgment. Burberry has a classic English brand providing comfortable apparel-like products. However, Burberry is seen as unappealing, not contemporary, and pricey. Next is about feeling. Burberry is evoke a great sense of social approval, but ranks lowly on other aspects such as the excitement, fun, and warmth. This is worrying for the brand because this shows a lack of emotional connection to the brand. So Burberry is regarded as a moderately low levels of self-respect and social approval. Finally, about the resonance. Burberry has a very low level of brand loyalty and they lack affiliation with other Burberry users. The disengaged consumers who are not interested in accessing brands' media platforms such as Burberry website or Facebook fanpage. So Burberry has a very weak resonance. Thank you.
Nice to see you again. We have known about consumer perception of the age group 20 to 39 years old. However, is there any difference between age group over 40s and a younger group when it comes to customer perception towards the brand? Does this cover? In terms of the salience, the research shows that Burberry has a high awareness and a luxury brand. However, Burberry can just be recognized as a luxury brand in some specific product categories, such as winter wear, leatherwear, and casual wear. Performance. Among the respondents, Burberry were well known for reliability, durability, and luxury. Imagery. Most of the respondents perceive Burberry brand as a mature, sophisticated image which is often known by successful working executives. Judgment. Respondents judge Burberry as an established reputation with high-quality products, fashionable and unique designs. However, Burberry is considered quite boring and not just contemporary. Feelings. The respondents believe that Burberry evokes more private and enduring feelings with sense of pride and high social status. Resonance. Respondents have less loyalty to the brand due to the lack of affiliation with other Burberry customers and lack of engagement with the brand. In this recommendation part, we would like to make some suggestions for the brand to improve its loyalty and also the innovation in digital space. In such a digital world today, Burberry holds a belief which is innovate or die. The CEO makes a reaffirmation by saying, Burberry is a design-driven organization. Innovation is in our DNA. In 2009, Burberry launched its webpage Art of the Trend Code and the Bespoke page. This campaign brought about an increase in sales, 24% whole increase, which support the notion that Burberry should engage itself more in the digital space. The digital platform should be a place where customers can feel the sense, the comfort, the luxury sense of the online purchase. For the art of the trend code, Burberry should allow customers to use their own self-image. This gives a sense of personal touch to the customer by the brand. On completion of the self-design, it would be better if the user can share it with their peers for personal reviews. This recommendation would create an emotional tie between the consumer and the brand since this buying experience goes beyond the normal click and buy method. For the customer loyalty by alliances, emotional ties between customers and the brand are of a significance. Many players have the same market to target at. Nevertheless, each brand satisfies different customers' needs and has their own proposition. A feasible solution embraces strategic partnering between different service providers. In order to this alliance, the recommendation is to promote a loyalty scheme that stands out from the contemporary loyalty scheme in the market. Through purchasing, customers can accumulate points which can be redeemed for attractive items which can be Burberry items and other luxury brands items as well. Therefore, customers will recognize the real value that Burberry can offer to them as a VIP customer.